Hi, Pisces, or anyone watching for Pisces. So this reading is taking a look at your love life for the month of December. And if you're watching for Pisces, you may need to reverse roles because it'll feel as though I'm talking to you about your Pisces. So Pisces, I've shuffled and I've pulled your cards. And what I'm seeing here is that you decided to reconcile with someone from your past. Now, this could be something that happened recently, or this could just be the last time you were in a relationship. I feel like this is somebody who has been in your environment for a while, even if you weren't together. And maybe you always had the what if, or last time around, things didn't go the way you planned. And so there was still that unexplored potential for the situation. When I'm looking into your person's energy, I'm seeing that this person didn't show up for you the way that you thought that they would. It seems as though when you decided to give this person another chance to be in your life, there was a lot that had already transpired between the two of you, and there were things that just had not been resolved, and perhaps that's why you parted ways in the past, right? So I feel like it seems to you that this person is at a deficit, right? Where they owe you some sort of reparation from the last time you were with them, right? Well, I put all this effort into this and you were unfaithful and we broke up. And now that we're back together, I expect you to make up for that, right? You don't just show up 100%. I need you to show up 200% to make up for what happened in the past, right? As I'm looking at this situation, it feels as though your person did not do that, okay? It's looking to me like they thought they should have a clean slate, or there's an energy of I'm here, let's do this kind of, but not really wanting to deal with some of the past issues. And that makes things very hard for you because how can you build anything, right? When it seems like there's so much destruction in this relationship. And then a lack of work or accountability. So as I'm looking into what's bothering you at the moment, you got the Hermit. I feel like this is kind of a big awakening for you because it seems like this has been a really long, disappointing cycle with this energy. And now you're looking back at your life and kind of thinking to yourself, I got that chance, right, to revisit whoever this was. This looks like this was a soulmate or somebody that you always in the back of your mind thought, this is my person. We'll find each other one day, right? I got the chance to revisit this. I allowed this person to come back into my life, even though I didn't trust them. And I was very unsure about whether or not this was in my best interest based on what I'd seen. But based on what I felt like this was who I was supposed to be with, right? Now the issue here is if this didn't work and this was kind of always your plan A, right? Or even your plan B, if the person you were dating didn't work, you're well, I know that my person is over here, so we'll get back to each other. You did that and it didn't work. Now what, right? What's the takeaway here? What was the point of all this time kind of pining over this energy or thinking this is who you're supposed to be with, right? You're realizing that perhaps what you thought was the takeaway in this situation may not have been the case. So I see here that you're having to make some very difficult decisions. And you may feel as though you're having to explain yourself to people in your life, right? For some of you, this is I need to get a divorce. I tried to reconcile with my husband and it's just not working. I need to see what's on the other side of this relationship because now I see this isn't a part of my future. I see that you're thinking a lot about your future and I feel like your life has changed or will be changing if it has not already, based on the fact that the person you thought you'd spend your future with, you're beginning to realize that that's not happening. It's not going to happen. Because of the way that they're showing up for you. There's a lot of selfish energy here, okay? Now, as I'm looking at your question about the future, you got the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. And what you're really wanting or waiting for is the Ace of Swords. So I'm seeing that you're trying to figure out why you keep putting effort and energy into something that's not working. It's like you're really trying to figure out what was the pull here? What was the reason? Why did I feel as though this was something I just had to be a part of at this time in my life? Or why did I build this person up in my mind to be all these things when I've already seen the reality of who they are many times, right? They've shown me who they are, but my love for them allowed me to see a different version of that person, right? So there's an energy here of you realizing that you don't view this person the same, right? It's kind of like when the love is gone, you really start seeing people differently because you don't have the eyes of love when you're looking at them, right? It's not like, oh, she's just hurting and that's why she says mean things. You don't have that same compassion. It's like, no, this person is just mean and they need to figure out their stuff and stop abusing people. You get what I'm saying? And so for you now, I feel as though you don't really want to put work into this. And in some ways, you don't really want to put work into bettering yourself until you're away from this. And I don't know if that's because this person is hard to get rid of, and the better you look, the harder it'll be to get away from them. Or I don't know if you just don't want to make a bunch of money and then have to figure it out in a divorce settlement. But there's an energy here of feeling as though your life is on pause. You're kind of waiting for direction. Like, okay, I know I can't stay where I am, but what's next? Because I never in my life thought that this is where I'd be, right? When I'm looking at the energy from your higher self, you got the Hanged Man in the reverse. So I feel like this situation has taken up a big chunk of your life. This could be your high school sweetheart. This could be your husband or wife. This could be the person you have children with, right? But I think that as time goes on, Pisces, and you keep reflecting on this relationship, now that you're feeling different about this person, you're going to start realizing all the times that you were not as happy as you thought you were, and all the times that you really had to make sacrifices to make this person happy, and they didn't care how you felt. Because what I'm seeing here is that your perspective is going to shift, and you're going to start seeing this whole situation very differently. So rather than you viewing this as something that you lost or the one that got away, you're going to look at all the times that you allowed this person to treat you in a way that was less than what you deserved, right? You're going to gain some real perspective on this. And I kind of think that's what you're hoping and praying for. So I want you to know that this is coming, right? As you start to distance yourself from this, you will view this completely different. And then you'll have the clarity to realize what to do next or where you need to go. I feel like there's going to be some healing involved here because this person does come through as being someone who owes you a lot, but they also come through as someone who is not willing to pay that back. So now it's almost the energy of you distancing yourself and then doing the self-care to start replenishing that energy that you've been putting into loving this person and instead really loving yourself, okay? Now I'm going to pull you some oracle cards and then I'm going to take it over to the extended reading because I see that something about your future not only will change, but I feel like it's something that you may not be expecting. Now that could be with you or that could be with your partner, but I'm going to pull 16 cards to find out and I'll put the preview to that at the end of the video. Let's get one more. All right, nice. Time to move on. It's time to let go of the old and worn out so that the new can come in. Ooh, isn't that the truth? Decisions. Honor your top priorities. If it's not an absolute yes, then it's a no. All right, Pisces, thank you for letting me read for you, and I'll speak to you again soon. Bye. This person lives in a fantasy land. And so if anything, maybe this is somebody who will see you as playing hard to get. And so you're a quest for the knight to conquer, right? And come get Juliet or Rapunzel from the tower. If anything, this person may view it as like, okay, you want to be single for a while? And that's after their butt hurt of you like wanting to be done. You want to be single for a while? Fine. But you're just trying to reincite the drama of our romance so that we have passion again. This is weird. I don't know if you're dating like a playwright or an artist or somebody that just has a tendency to like be dramatic. I don't mean to laugh, but it's like if this person views their life like this, like they're the knight in conquest or they're the damsel in distress, right? I can only fathom what it's like trying to have a real conversation with this person about like bills, or the mortgage or who took the trash out. Like, this is someone who wants the novel romance, and to them, it's like, no, I have to be with the first person that I ever slept with because that's what makes it special for the rest of our lives. And that's cool, but it's also not.